Hiya, Josh.
Hi.
How you doing? You're live on London Calling with QPR chairman Tony Fernandes. Have you got a question for our chairman?
Yeah, you said that you've just come from Nando's, which is quite casual and laid back. So do you think that perhaps you and the squad, as well as the club, are taking this season a little bit laid back and casual at the minute and not taking it as seriously as they should be?
Wow, I was walking back from Nando's with Phil Beard, actually. And I was saying, God, I wish I could be a bit more relaxed about football. It's very stressful. I wish I was laid back. It's anything but. And if you could, I can't, you can't be there. But if you could see the amount of work the team was putting in at training, it's really hard work.
The
intensity, but the spirit of the training. Training is, in a different body. I used to be a regional sportsman, but I hated training. But when you see the kind of enthusiasm and they want to do it, and everyone's giving everyone motivation, it was quite different for me watching it 2 days ago. So I don't think they're laid back at all. I don't think, I've seen many comments that they're highly paid mercenaries or they're over the hill. I mean, if you could see them in action, you would have a different opinion. Not at all laid back. They're all committed. They all want to win. They all want to do the fans proud. That I can assure you. And I may appear laid back in Nando's, but if you could get inside my body, I'm not quite that way. Just going back to Ian's comment, I don't make much talk about team selections and I stay away from all that, but I'd love to see Cisse play. I mean, I think we've been great with Cisse and Zamora, but we do have a lot of options and a lot of choices, and the manager's got to see with Reading, what type of team we play. But I hope we're more adventurous going forward.
Good. Whilst we've got you on the line, do you want to have a crack at the question?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, right. 5 quick fire questions. 1. In which country was Tony Fernandes born?
Malaysia.
2. In which month did Tony Fernandes complete his takeover?
August.
Who was the first signing of the Tony Fernandes era?
Joey Barton.
Question 4. Against which opposition did Tony Fernandes watch the R's play from the lower loft last season?
So either West Brom or Everton.
It's one of those. TikTok.
I'm going to go West Brom.
Everyone's getting closer.
The next caller's going to be happy. Thanks for joining us tonight, Josh. I think we've got 4 callers waiting, and we've only got 3 minutes to go. So I think we're going to try and get one more on air. It'd be nice.
Get 2 more.
We'll try and get. Maybe we'll go on to 8:05. I think Tony's only going to go home and relax tonight anyway. So
he's had Nando's. He's fine.
Yeah. Pete, it'd be nice to see Kasper Gorks and Mikael Liedert were back here on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gorks, you have to see his goal against us. He didn't even celebrate.
Yeah.
When we played last, and Ledgerwood, he got a bit of a rough time from the fans towards the end, but they're good pros, and Reading would be a tough game. They'd be fighting for their lives. They'd be absolutely disappointed they lost to Arsenal in the week.
4-0 up, 4-4, 7-5.
Absolutely. Like a rugby score, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the great games of certainly League Cup history, and probably one of the great games of the last decade.
Absolutely.
7-5.
And the last game here in the Cup was a good game. There was plenty of goals. Could have gone either way. I'd expect the same on Sunday. It's not going to be a drab 0-0, that's for sure.
We've got another caller on the line, and it's Leon. Leon, welcome to London Calling. You got a question for the chairman, Tony Fernandes?
I do. I was basically wondering what his realistic target was for this season and where you think we're going to finish, basically.
Good question.
I hate answering those questions.
Okay, a good question, but horrible.
I hate setting expectations, but I think we've certainly got a squad that's capable of far away at where we were last season.
Yeah.
So let's see. And I mean, if we're realistic, we're the only team, apart from Manchester United the other day, and we all know the controversial decisions there, that took points off Chelsea. We really outplayed Spurs in the first half.
Yeah, we did.
And so, apart from at the beginning against West Brom, we were awful defensively. We know the reasons why. And then we were the only team. And if you read West Brom fans' comments, which I did, we were they felt that we were the hardest game they played.
Yeah.
So it's there to do quite well. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'd like us to be, but this is a long-term project. As long as we're making progress every season, and if you look at the clubs like West Brom and Sunderland, and they've been playing lots and lots of years together, if we can keep this squad together and build on this squad and keep moving upwards, then I think we're doing well.
Do you want to have a crack at the competition while you're with us tonight?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, question 1. In which country was Tony born?
Malaysia.
Question 2. In which month did Tony complete his takeover at QPR?
August.
God, you're very good at this. Question 3. Who was the first signing of Tony's era at Loftus Road?
Joey Barton.
Question 4. Against which opposition did Tony watch the R's play from the lower loft last
Everton.
season? Right, okay, here we go. The pressure's on. This is to win a pair of tickets for Sunday's game against Reading. Who was the final player to sign for Rangers in this summer's transfer window?
Stefan Ambia.
Oh,
We've got a
two
winner.
tickets.
2 tickets to the game this weekend. If you could send an email to my colleague Adam Holm, it's Adam H, so that's ADAMH at qpr.co.uk, and we'll sort out the tickets. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Bring us
thanks,
some
boys.
luck.
Well done. There we go. We've got a winner at last. Took us a while, but we got there eventually.
We've got one more call to come. I'd just like to say at this opportunity, at this point in time, what a privilege to have a chairman sit with us on a Thursday night and discuss QPR. And obviously, I speak for the fans really when I say that we are behind you. Obviously, we get frustrated with certain results, but we've come a long way in the last sort of 6 or 7 years, and to be where we are in the Premiership, we deep down we all know it's going to be tough, and if we can avoid relegation, which is the aim, I think we can just build and build for the future. So I think behind the scenes, I think we do appreciate the work that's being done, but it's just a matter of frustrations that sometimes take over from after a loss.
Yeah, you've got to be real as well, and the fact is, we're all the expectations have been built up, and I've tried my best not to build them up, but when you sign the kind of quality of players that we have, people are excited about the season. But I even tell people now, as I keep saying, be calm. We know, and as I said, the fact that we walked away from the Emirates feeling disappointed that we could have won that game is a big step forward. And when you listen to Robbie Savage the other day and commentators on Match of the Day, they know that the quality is there. So we just have to keep our fingers crossed and get a bit of luck. I know I keep saying that we have to make our own luck. But I'm sure it'll come good.
Just looking ahead to the weekend, then obviously a big game. We've touched upon the 5-7, as it were, on Tuesday night. Reading, Southampton, Villa, 3 home games that we've got coming up. Pete, I know that. I tell you what, I'm not going to ask you that question yet because we've got Michael on air. I will ask you it before the show finishes.
Okay.
Michael, welcome along to London Calling.
Hi there.
You got a question for the chairman tonight?
Yeah, it's obviously Tony's been in charge for QPR for 14, 15 months now.
Yeah.
It's just really what the next 12 months hold for us.
Good question.
Well, I mean, not much I can do in the pitch, but I think if we can get that right, we're looking good. We have Warren Farm coming up, our new training ground. We will have clarity on a stadium. I'm very confident in it. I've said time and time again that building a stadium in London is harder than starting an airline. But I feel things are progressing, and now we're on weekly calls. So it's gone from concept to let's start, putting the bricks down. We'll continue working very hard on the academy.
With Mike Regan, Sean Hallett, and co.
Correct. And maybe try and strengthen the squad, here and there. I hope in the next 12 months we'll see one of our youngsters coming through, which would be great. I think there's some good players who excelled during the pre-season tour, and hopefully get the right results. It's an exciting time, off the pitch. When I look at, and I go back to the earlier points and the amount of press we've got. If you think, we've become a much higher profile club.
Don't I just know?
So there's so much. If you look at the number of Sky games we've been on, etc.
The club's profile's growing all the time.
The club profile's growing all that. So everything's moving in the right direction. We just need to perform on the pitch, and then I think the next 12 to 18 months will be extremely exciting.
That's the point I make. When I was younger, it's a sort of UK-based product, but now it's a world product, and it encompasses everyone around the world, doesn't it?
Yeah, and as I said, it's more even in the UK. I think there's a much bigger awareness for QPR. I every taxi I go into a year ago wouldn't even talk about QPR. Now they've all got an opinion. They're all, unfortunately, Chelsea fans.
There's a lot of Tottenham cafes as well.
But QPR's profile has definitely risen. You only have to look at what the boys have done on Facebook and Twitter and all these things, there's much more awareness about QPR. So I think things are moving in the right direction. In fact, I know they are. We've just got to get some of the results on the pitch.
I'm going to ask you this, Pete, because I don't think it's fair on the chairman to ask him just before we close tonight. A quick prediction from you ahead of this weekend's game against Reading?
We'll beat Reading.
I think
that's all I can say. I
we'll
mean, I did predict we might lose against West Ham, just to the nature, but I think it has been such a build-up for this week's game. I think we're doing 2 or 3-0, so it'd be a comfortable second half, I would imagine.
Good. Well, we'll certainly take that. We'll be here same time, same place next